This deal gets worse every time. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Zareth Prevails. I'm kind of pissed off, guys. This is really frustrating me, actually. The territory war rewards have just finally been unveiled after CG had told us, hey, we're going to give you lots of, well, they at least implied, I think, that they were going to give us good rewards for territory wars for datacrons, and it just seems like that's false. In fact, it is false. They did not give us better rewards. They just removed rewards. They were just like, you know what? You don't need all this. We'll just remove it for no gain on your own end. Like, you just have fewer options and fewer stuff. Here, let's actually let's look at it. So here's the one that was the most disingenuous. The question that was like, hey, look, the data. We've interpreted the data, guys. Here's what we found. Here's what we're doing to help you. We want to create a good play experience, right? Like, that's what they said. That's their top end thing. That's what their ultimate goal is, to create a good experience. But okay. I never really, so the question that no one asked this unless they didn't play with datacrons in the first place. This isn't a question that exists in nature. This is a question that exists in CG's head that makes them want to give us the solution. Hey, here's a solution, guys. Here's what we can do to solve your problem that doesn't exist. We just want to take things away. I never understood where I got the materials for datacrons. Has it been made easier? This is false. It's not been made easier, but okay. Yes, we've made it much simpler. No, it's not simpler. It's just stupider. Conquest equals acquire and upgrade materials. Oh, okay. Territory Wars is where you get the reroll materials. That's where you get it. That's the one-stop shop. That's where you can find them, guys. You can also still get materials from the Datacron shop. Okay, shop is fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, so they're taking away materials from Territory Wars, putting them into Conquest. And they're taking the reroll mats from Conquest and putting them into Territory War, right? That's what they say. So here's the thing, and here I'll blow it up for you guys. We gotta get it over this overlay. Okay, so the top set are the wins and losses for what it used to be back when we got the actual like build and upgrade materials. That's what the set was, and you can see the like cross little things. That's, you know, for wins and losses. You even have the screenshot. It conveniently has droid brains in there to denote the top reward for droid brains and the lowest reward for droid brains, so a win and a loss. And then on the bottom, that's what we're getting for the top win or loss. The thing that's not showing is we also get exactly half of the data cache from these wins and losses. So we're, instead of 2 million and 1 million, it's 1 million and 500K. And so it's like, okay, the on some level, sure. So the datacron or the reroll mats, 60 of the level Mark III. 60 is not enough for even one reroll, folks. It's not enough for one reroll. I mean, sure, if you haven't upgraded anything else, but that's a pretty significant, like, it's the same thing, except the biggest problem here, guys, is, and here we gotta shrink this down a little bit. You guys can see a little bit of the what I'm doing in the background here, but you know, for other slideshows. But here we go. So rewards possible. This is, first off, you can, they didn't dumb it down like they said. They were like, hey, reroll mats, those are only in Territory Wars. But they're actually in Conquest too. They are in Conquest. This is in Tier 5. If you haven't gotten there yet, I understand, but this is a screenshot I just took from Tier 5. That you can get reroll mats in Tier 5. You can't get the Mark III, but you can get them. So already, I mean, what is this? Conquest is where you get where you acquire and upgrade materials, and Territory War is the only place. So in order to address this stupid question that doesn't exist in nature, they've responded, hey, we created something cool, guys. We've created this awesome thing where... Sorry, something weird was going on with my music. They created this awesome thing where it's simple. You only get the upgrade or the reroll materials from Territory Wars, but you don't. You get them from Conquest 2. You just don't get Mark 3, which is arguably the most important. Like, by far, this set, you really want those level 9s to be rerolled. And if they want to restrict it, I mean, that's what they're doing, right? Like, they're restricting how much data cache we're getting. They're restricting how much Mark III we're getting because we need those. Those are very, very important for success in Territory Wars and GAC. You need those. Those are so important. For the characters that we have now, for the Datacrons we have, I mean, there's some good level 6s, don't get me wrong, but those level 9s are also imperative for competing. And we can't get rerolls. You know what? I hate this song. Let's stop. Alright. You guys probably can't even hear the music. Some of you can't, at least. Anyways. The good news, though, folks. We do have some good news. We can spend money, if we want, for reroll mats. They're like, hey, you don't have access to reroll materials anymore, guys. Except, if you want to spend money, you can. And also data cache, I mean, they've restricted that big time. Trying to do the full number of refreshes in Conquest to earn as much data cache as you need to be able to get all the level 9s that you need. Hey, look. we have a pack for that. It's just... the question that shouldn't have ever been asked, because, and it never was, except by CG, who have just had their ulterior motive to take away our Mark III, just so that they could make a buck. I don't know, guys. This seems very frustrating to me. Like, they're taking away. They're like, hey, you don't need, like, you get the same number of reroll mats, but you can't farm the Mark IIIs. They're not farmable. Unless you want to spend a whole lot of crystals. And I've done a few of these packs, and I will say, maybe I got bad RNG. Just a small sample size, but the only pack that I've gotten, that I've rolled, is actually just the lowest number. You just get 20. And it's like, it's not worth this. It's not worth spending this many crystals for these reroll mats. It's ridiculous. I like Datacrons in terms of their theorycraft and everything, but this is pretty bad, guys. This is pretty gross. I don't love this at all. In fact, I loathe it. I really want them to give us some reroll mats, man, and be straight with us. They weren't straight. They're like, hey, you can just find these in the, you know, here's where you find them. People are confused. We're gonna make it better. We want to reduce confusion. And by reduce confusion, we mean reduce Mark III mats, and that's it, because otherwise the confusion's the same. You still get Territory War mats, or you still get the reroll mats in Conquest. You just get the ones that matter the most less. They've altered the deal. This deal gets worse every time. Yuck.